Hi everybody, Mark Cleghorn here for the Photographer Academy and welcome into the studio again at our Academy Live at 5 as it were. Today we're looking at a quick kind of scenario for headshots and some ideas for you as kind of a basic setup when you get it going. We opted to use Speedlites today. We haven't used Speedlite in pretty much any of the Academy Lives, but next week, guess what we're doing? Yeah, we're doing Speedlite Day. So kind of following all the way through. So remember, Academy is an online training resource for photographers based on streaming films. We've been going for 13 years now. We kind of cull a huge amount of films from our film stock every year, but we still have over 3,000 films for you to go and watch no matter what. I'm sure there's an offer if you kind of look at the link below. Look, when we're live, we do the questions live. So if you want to talk about anything today, please get the questions in as we're going along. And obviously Brandon then knows to actually read them out at the end and things. Natalia's with us. Natalia, come on in, darling. We've kind of just gone for a setup. If I just bring you into the middle there for a minute, just go back a touch more, go that way a touch, that's brilliant, and turn the body around towards there, that's great. Okay, so we've kind of just put a simple sandwich lighting technique in place, so it means that the speed light that we've got here is basically acting as one piece of bread. The other light in the background is the other piece of bread, and Natalia's the beautiful fill-in actually in the middle, of course, all right? So let's just kind of, it's the easiest way to explain it, isn't it, you know? Have you ever been explained as a fill-in before? Probably not, I do apologize. Anyway, right, let's do a quick shot anyway, okay? So let's just see what it's doing. Now, I've set the two speed lights in TTL mode. On the front of this light, I've basically got a kind of a gridded small softbox, and this softbox has got an inner diffuser and a very inner diffuser. If I want to soften it even more, I can basically use the wide angle diffuser that comes with the flash, or the kind of the pop-up diffuser flash parts and things really. In the background, I've got a Honnold kind of grid. I'm not sure what you can see or whatever, but basically the honeycomb grid only allows the light to pass through, okay? So here, basically if I turn it to the side, I go blank with it and things really. So that is about controlling light. Speedlight by its own kind of design, like all flash, tries to explode and scatter, and what we're trying to do is actually control its shapes. That's what a softbox does, especially a small one and a grid, and as well as the honeycombs, it's trying to control it. Now, what's the big difference between a Speedlite and a studio flash? First things first is that a studio flash is usually round, so it's always going to kind of explode in a round shape, whereas a Speedlite in its design is going to explode in a rectangle shape to mimic the CC itself with it and things really, the CCD. So as far as the first thing is the shape of the light, and that's really what we're trying to do, is control it and make it a different shape. Obviously, if you want a round light source coming out of a speed light, you need to use a round softbox or something round to make that's there, okay? I'm using, in fact, a third-party wireless instead of the Canon flashes. I'm using the Yongnu's. They're basically exactly the same as the Canon's own brand with all the kind of the same facilities and so on. But instead of actually using another Yongnu as a master on this hot shoe, I'm basically using just a controller. We'll kind of get some close-ups of these later on, all right? So kind of just explain it through. What are we doing to begin with? The first thing is looking at what the light and the position. We've done clock and compass in the past, but let's kind of look at the shape. First things first, we have a woman in front of us. We turn the body away from the light source. Okay, so turn the body that way for me, darling. Turn the feet. Turn. There you go, and turn the head back to me. That's great, just there. All right. So straight away, we kind of take the shot. As long as everything's alive, we're pretty much there. Now, the great thing about using the Speedlite compared to a studio flash, especially when we're using Speedlite in TTL mode, like we are here today, is that as I change the aperture rapidly, as long as the flash power can mimic what I need, we can kind of go from something minimal in flash to something quite big in flash as well, all right? So what do I mean in that? Let's just do the same shot. That's at 2.8. Let's go straight to 5.6, which is full 2 stops there. And we're getting the same exposure kind of coming through, all right? And all it's doing, it's saying what it needs the power for. I'm going to just hot swap from a 50mm lens to an 85. I suppose it's a bad habit. Manufacturers say that you should actually turn your camera off before you do it. You see me time and time again, hot swap in, don't follow my lead, all right? Right, Natalia, let's have a quick look. So focus on would help. Change that little kind of position. Turn the head a little lean in here, lower the chin a touch more. Eyes at me again, a little lower the chin, that's great, just there, let's do it. So we've basically, if we look at the image, we've got a nice controlled light source. It's spillage and everything else with it. The reason I've kind of racked it up to 5.6 is that we've got some video lights in the scene, and if I really want to run at f2.8, whatever it is, some of the natural light in the studio environment now from the video lights will actually start to contaminate my image no matter what, unless I'm kind of blacking her out. Let's go to the 2.8 again, lower the chin a touch more, darling. That's gorgeous there, that's good. Great. So we've got a lovely kind of separation. What's the first thing to look at? It's the separation light is absolutely needing to do its job. And if I'm using ratios or control from the controller, I can basically tell this light in the background to either fire or not. So let me just kind of go into group, and then I'm going to just increase the power drastically. Okay, watch this now. So this is just the B light, which is the one in the corner there. This is going to overcook its amount of power. So you can see now how basically it's just throwing light onto the whole image. It's really not doing what it should do for us. It's kind of creating a catch light actually on the boobs, on the side of the hair, and it's bleaching things out. So as a rule of thumb, a separation light, a hair light, needs to be approximately 1 stop to 2 stops less than the key light. Remember the angle of reflectancy. So if we were looking at the moon and we see a puddle, as the moon light hits the puddle, it increases its intensity by 2 stops. Confused about that? Measure a bride's face directly in the sun, measure a bride's wedding dress with an angle on it, and all of a sudden you burn the detail out on the wedding dress, whereas the exposure is correct on the face. Okay, there's kind of a win-win. So remember, get your questions in, we'll go and try to answer as much as we can. So once more, just going into the group, in this case, group, back into the B, and then selecting it, and then reducing it down to -2 stops. Okay, let's do it. Right. So if we were kind of really looking at shape, turn the head a little bit more, darling, I can change the drama of the image with Speedlite quite rapidly, in fact. So Natalia, if you'd fully turn your back to camera, please, and you're looking towards the black flat to the left there. That's lovely, it's there, let's do it. I've got a little bit of hair just over your left eye here. Can you fractionally step to your right? There you go, bro. Keep that 1 second, let me just focus on the eye. Okay, so now we've got a lovely kind of profile image, and we've got to kind of decide on what do we actually want the light to do. So in other words, do we want the secondary light to actually light the hair, or quickly do we want to actually just say, well, in fact, I don't want it to act as a separation light on Natalia now. I want it to actually act as a separation light on the background. So like all light, we can change what it's doing and its characteristics and tell it to either fire or not with it. So knowing what we know, what we did in the clock and compass, what we kind of look at the basics as far as the how to use flash, when to use flash, controlling exposures. Today we're taking the exposure away from the manual, which is my preferred kind of professional way, and we're allowing the camera and the flashes to sync together. I'm setting the aperture. I'm in manual mode, but if you're working in an automatic mode, you probably actually work in aperture priority, yeah? This is where you're setting the aperture on camera, letting the camera to do the rest. But remember, when you're working as low key as you are here, as like I am here, you definitely want to switch the ISO off the automatic mode and set the ISO. So the only thing the flash or the camera is going to try and change is the actual shutter speed. And as we know, what we're really looking for in shutter speed is to freeze things as a rule of thumb. Okay, let's look at a little bit of drama. So let's do the same thing. Let's put this light now at the 9 o'clock position. So remember, if we want more of a created image, straight away, by turning the light to the side, let's come straight onto me square. That's good. So now we're going to turn her into a bit of a spy. You laugh then. So we've got more drama within the image. But look, we've kind of split lit. Now, it doesn't mean that that's a bad light. It's only a bad light if she's looking at me. First things first, slightly turn the body that way. Whoa, now turn the head round towards here and look off towards here for me. More. That's great. So now we're trying to get some of that light onto the actual shadow side of the face, which we've achieved, okay? Now we can start to work. So in other words, we're gonna work our way through the kind of three-sided setup. We're looking at kind of a variety to suit the client. We've got probably 5 or 10 minutes to maximize the variety. Let's try and do some. He's holding up the sign all the time that says questions as reminder, please, all right? So yeah, okay. Let's bring this back to a 6 o'clock position. So let's go really flat. Go right into the kind of the more headshot kind of look. Natalia, going to turn the body this way for me, darling. Lean the head in towards here. Lower the chin a touch more. Let me just focus on the face again. Keep it. Lower the chin more, darling. It's great. Let's change this light in now in the position just to soften. Just pop this hands behind the back a little bit more, darling. Let the head come up a little bit more. Relax. Bit of expression. Now, if you're seeing those red lines, it's actually the pre-focus of the actual, or the pre-exposure of the flash, all right? So don't worry about that. Let's do it again. A little lean. Lower the chin, big expression, it's good. Excellent towards there, it's great. And again, brilliant. Okay, so remember, if I want to, except the blink, but if I want to actually take the light off the background and back onto the hair, all we're doing is controlling it through the actual honeycomb shape. Let's do the same thing again, darling. Slight little turn, straight at me again. Let's soften this light. Look up towards the light for me now. Eyes just a little bit lower. Happier. Excellent. Let's do a bit of a Charlie's Angels. Hands on hips. That's great. 1 sec. Shooting backwards just a touch more. Come back more, Mark. He says, should have used a medium zoom lens. Great. Straight at me again, darling. That's lovely. A little lean with the head again. It's great. It's there. Raise the chin a touch more. It's lovely. Keep it. Excellent. Relax. Okay, so we got some nice, simple imagery. For me, there's a lot of light coming onto the background. We can obviously change that by kind of changing the position, feathering the light off to the side, changing the height with it and things really. Especially because Natalia's face is turning towards the light. I can basically move that light to the near 9 o'clock. Let's do the same shot, please, darling. Hands up there, it's great. Straight at me again. 1 sec. Let's do it. And again, keep it. It's lovely. Lower the chin again. Oh, no flashes. Let it get power. That's great. Okay, so will that turtleneck, is it a full turtleneck on your top? Will it come up and almost hide you? Will it hide up above? Oh, I like that. Let's do that. I'm getting distracted again. Do you know what? Let's do it on there. Just come in front of that one a minute. So let's change the background, the tone. Come up to me a little bit more. Whoa. Yeah. You're going to look like a silly person. It'll be fine. Okay, at this point, let me just move camera. Let's kind of really come in. Keep it. Lower the chin more. Just kind of actually grab onto it. That's lovely. It's there. Lower the chin more. Keep it. Just love it. Let's do it quite flat on. Again. Excellent. Okay, let's quickly whip off. Let's just do that in black and white a minute, because I think that's a bit reminiscent of the 60s. Quick test that it works in monochrome. Great, let's do it again. So straight there again, nice and flat. Again. Okay, let's lose the turtleneck down now, otherwise you'll never get a job. Okay, let's just turn the body a little bit again away from that. I prefer the light for you on this side, in fact. So let's turn the body around towards there. Let's bring a little bit of hair light in for you. Let's bring you up to me just a little bit, can you? So if you're wondering how we tether, We're using a Tether Tools cable connected into a basic laptop, and we're going straight into Capture One. The real intelligence, though, is the transfer of the JPEG file through the orange cable, which is Tether Tools. Just pull the jumper down a little bit so it's nice and flush on the boobs. That's great. I think that's really good. Let's just bring that in a little bit more. So the closer the light, you'd think it would get more contrasty, but it's softening. Again, once more. Keep it there. Because a softbox is designed to be as close to the subject as possible. It's pretty good, like that. Okay, turn the head this way again. Lower the chin a little bit. Again, happier, faking it. It's lovely. Good girl. Let's get this off to the side. I'm shooting quite fast with Speedlite anyway. I'm not sure if you've seen, but on the bottom of here, there's a cable coming down. And this is a Turbo 3. But basically it's a battery pack that is using all the charge for the flash. The Speedlite itself, these pretty much work with all different kind of Speedlights anyway. There's other versions out there as well, but this is giving the flash itself all the power that it needs for the actual capacitor, for the actual explosion of the gas. It still needs batteries within the flash, but that is just to kind of power everything up to make sure it works and things really. So let's have a little look again. So just move that. Let's lean the head into here again. Lower the chin again, darling. That's gorgeous there. Okay. So we've got a nice image. It's behind me now, so you get to see the image before me. Oh, nice and moody. Like it. Let's just quickly whip off this grid and softener. So what's it going to do? If I'd done that with a studio flash, straight away, it would have increased the exposure by around about a stop. Now you can see what it's doing. It's got more control. It's kind of knows the guesstimation. Obviously, if your Speedlite is too close to the camera, or the Speedlite is too close to the subject with it, and it hasn't got enough time to actually control its power, or you're shooting at 1.2 and there's more ambient light in the scene, like that fligging light that is there, it's kind of contaminating the scene as well with it. But what we're doing is obviously having that bit of a control. But as we go here, remember, lower the chin a touch. That's good. Nice. Turn the head to me again. Let's just bring a little bit more drama in. So I mentioned about the difference in the lighting, as far as the one has got a softbox on it, the other one's got a grid. Let's just swap them round a minute, okay? So just for speed, I would usually, obviously, always keep my A flash is my key light, and my B flash would be my separation light. My C flash would be a kind of a gel for separation or whatever it would be. But let's kind of work this now. So this is definitely either going to work or fail straight away. The first thing we know what's going to happen is the exposure is going to be wrong. Let's just shut up and do it. Keep it. Why? Because we were telling the B flash to actually not give us as much power. However, we can see on the exposure on the face, it's not bad at all, is it? Because it kind of is really... Oh, I'm looking at there. Okay, it's not bad at all, because it's basically going, oh, hang on a minute, I can see the exposure where your focus point is. That's what I'm going to analyze from, so I'm kind of going to make it work for you. However, look at the separation light, in other words, the hair light on Natalia, and how much all that fine hair is burning out. Now, if that was blonde hair, it's gone. All right, so the first things first, as far as my separation light is concerned, let's just tilt this down more. The benefit of you using the likes of a softbox with grids as a separation hair light is that it's going to be bigger, okay? So that's number one. The next thing I need to do is go into the groups, select my group B, as it were, and tell it to actually work as the first exposure. Then basically go back into the group, select A, and now what I'm going to do is take the power down by 2 stops again. Let's try it again. Great. So now as far as the honeycomb on the front, you can see how it's bleaching out. It really has kind of increased itself because in the ratios, what's it trying to achieve here, right? That's what we've got to be aware of. So in this case, we definitely would have been better off leaving the light itself. Let's go back into the group B. Let's turn this down minus, oh, wrong button. B I want, Mark. D, group. Turn it down, -2 again. Let's do our same thing. Let's keep shot, lower the chin. Let's have a little look. So it's quick as this, how to change it. Okay, we want it more, agreed? So let's kind of just go into the group. Now, as a rule of thumb, if we were using this in Studio Light, we would be metering and not fiddling. We'd basically know straight away that it was going to be either too much light or whatever it is, just because you kind of transfer them together. Now, if you're looking to have more of a controlled light, use the zoom facility on the flash. So if we go into group zoom, basically we'll put it into feet. That's okay. Zoom again. Let's turn this into the, so I'm manually controlling the zoom. What do I mean by that? Well, as a rule, flashes, as you, kind of a speedlight flash, I mean, or a strobe flash, it acknowledges as you zoom in and out what it's gonna kind of do. So in other words, this is why next week is all dedicated to Speedlite anyway, all right? But in the Speedlite, if I was using a medium zoom and I pulled back to 24, what that would mean is the flash then knows it needs to actually shoot and flash on a wider element compared to actually what the lens is. So it's kind of say, hey, he's on 24, and now I need to make this flash wider. But also, if I was on a 70 to 200 lens and I was at the 200 level, the flash would say, hey, I need to focus in on the 200. That's what I've done now. I've manually told it I'm on a 200mm lens. And basically what this is doing is focusing the light now into a concentrated. So it's almost like a Hollywood style of focused light things, really. Do you want to go whip that pink thing on? Yeah? Just have a bit of fun with it. But what we're doing is, of course, is creating a little bit of fun. And you've just got to make sure for you and your client that you are creating the variety that is suiting their shoot type and what you're trying to do. And I would encourage all types of photographers to get more and more creative every single day. I think we, especially kind of pro photographers, tend to actually get into habits of doing the same thing time and time and time again. Yeah, come on in, like it. Not sure if you've ever used this on film before, but it's great. So it's kind of almost kind of we're going to do kind of turn it back to front in a minute and hide yourself. I'm going to come up by here just a little bit more. That's great. Let's come over. There you go. Okay, let's quickly just see what we've got. One sec. Quick test first. So we've still got our separation. Let's go back into color. Quick test. I think we're going to light a little bit more of the background as well. We are. So let's light a little bit, allow it to spill. Let's take this grid off. So it kind of allows it to spill onto the background as well as onto Natalia. And if you're a choreographer there and you're putting together a kind of a great show in at the UK present, we've got dancer who's available for work. I think we know 1 million dancers who are available for work. Anyway, let's quickly go back into my group. Once more, group A, D, and basically increase that power just a little bit more. Let's do it, quick test. Okay, so remember we've zoomed that light, so it really is focused in on her. Brilliant. So you can see now that light in the background is going off as well. Let's have a little bit of fun, shall we? Okay, so great, let's do it. Happier, faking it, great, it's lovely. And again, check it over your head. Hide yourself, go. Hang on, my camera won't focus quick enough. That's like, and again, that's good. Be a Yeti kind of thing, so put it in front, put the one arm across you and put the other head, that's it, yeah, go. Keep it there. Turn to me a little bit more. Other way, there you go, it's great, it's coming closer. Again, I can see you, that's great. Let's put it back to front. Stick it. I know it's just weird. Why not have a bit of fun with it? And kind of almost, yeah, go on. Have you got your arm stuck? Oh, I didn't mean it inside out. I meant the open part of the jacket's at the back. I would help if I explain more. Whilst you're doing that, I'll change its look and quality on here, yeah? So let's just change away from a grid. Let's add a little bit of a soft box on, yeah? Just giving you time to correct my inaccuracies of explanation. I do apologise, Natalia. It's been a long, fun day for us. We just finished doing some absolutely incredible images. We had about 20 minutes spare, 20 minutes before we went live. And in the usual way, Mark goes, oh, do you know what? Let's have a go at this. Sorry, Brandon. But he's used to me by now anyway. Okay, so let me just pop the softbox on. I want to go back into the zoom, and I want to back into the wide zoom. Let's kind of give us that little bit more flash. Yeah, I've got no idea. See, here you go. So let's kind of do that as great as the... Oh my God, it looks like a hood. Lower the chin, serious. It's really good. Don't you dare move. Okay, that's lovely. It's there. Let me just get a little bit more power on B. D, group. B, turn it up, Mark. Shoot it. It's lovely. Raise the chin more. Let's get down lower. Love it. Let's get closer. Really flat light with it. Raise the chin up more. Move this arm out just a touch. There you go. Mouth closed, darling. Keep it. It's lovely. Let's go to see if it'll shoot on F2, shall we? Might be a bit too wide. I think that'll really fuzz out. Let it catch up a minute. Is that F2? I think it is now, isn't it? Do a quick comparison. Yeah, one on the left is 2.8. The one on the right is F2. I can go to 1.8 on this. It's good. Let's get this a little bit lower so it's almost like an up light. Gorgeous. Turn the head this way a little bit. Lovely. Lower the chin a touch. Move this left hand up high. That's it. Right elbow over to you more. Keep it. Lower the chin, darling. This elbow out more. Great, just there. Really nice. I'd buy it. Not the jacket, I mean. She's got a great expression. She hangs on to it kind of thing with it. Natalia, see you blink there when you kind of, no, we got some really good. Right, let's do a serious one to end. Let's make you look like, we should have had shocking pink. What lippy have you got? And you got bright. Go. Yeah, I'll do some questions while we're doing that with it. In these ways. Right, which camera are we? This one. I'll just turn my flippy around. No, you should have been with us on time. Should I go through this? Yeah, of course. Okay, so we're decided to opt for Speedlite at the very last minute. Speedlite week is next week, okay? We've got a whole day. Monday is Photoshop school anyway, still is, isn't it, yeah? Well, perhaps we'll take a few of these images on Monday and we'll plan and put them through the shop. We said about doing a flow of a session, really, didn't we? So we've got enough images from today to really kind of go through it all. Anyway, we opted for Speedlite at the very last minute, okay? I've got to apologise to Brandon for that, but he's used to the way that my manicness works and things. Creativity cost us nothing, in my opinion. So I opted for two Speedlites. We're using third-party style Canon flashes. So I've got the Yongnu's, and the ones that we got here, it's the 680, what is it? It's a YN600EX-RT2s, all right? That's not a plug. We don't get commission for selling any kit. We don't want to. We don't do unboxing videos. We don't do all that. We talk about kit and how I use it and why I use it and so on. Back to it. We opted for two lights. Now, they're acting as slave and master, okay? But in fact, they're not. They're slave and slave. On the top of the camera is a controller, which is technically the master. On the master, I'm telling it to do something specific, i.e. how much power to get out of the other and not the other. Why I wanted to jump into Speedlite today was that too often I talk about the technical pro approach, where we're metering lights to the exact amount of lighting. And when you're just kind of picking up your camera and your Speedlite or your flash for the first time, you just want to take photographs, yeah? And I basically work in exactly the same way. I hate a manual in exactly the same way as you, all right? But when you start to work with a Speedlite, if you want creative apertures like f2 and in the next minute you want 5.6, all you've got to do is technically change your aperture, because then the Speedlite in TTL mode is going to know it. So I opted for, as I said, 2 slave flashes. Technically over there, that's A. We began with a kind of a softbox on the front, which had the grid. So on the back of the box, there's a diffuser, and there's the honeycomb grid, all right? Or the egg crate grid. On the other flash, when we began, good, Lippy, I love you. Go and do the strapless top thing, because then I'll have skin on the top. Yeah, sorry, I did say we make this up as I go along, isn't it? Anyway, you'll get the manicness at one stage. Then we were using honeycomb grid. These are the Honnols. I absolutely love, big fan of the Honnell stuff. David Honnell, big shout out to you. One of the great kind of war kind of editorial photographers on the planet, and now kind of doing his thing, as it were. But yeah, really, really great images. But yeah, the Honnell stuff is all designed to be portable, and it's designed to be used for Speedlite as well with it. So very, very thin, easy to travel with. They basically all work on Velcro. So basically all I've got to do is wrap the top of the flash in what is called a speed strap. Yeah, that pretty much stays on my flashes the whole time, and then basically this fixes on to the sides. What you've got to make sure is that there's a gap between the Speedlite itself and the actual grid, otherwise you'll melt the grid over the kind of the speed that we're doing. So we wanted to kind of show you the kind of the basics of a simple setup, as if you were wanting to do a bit of headshot photography within your business, or you're thinking about the idea and what kind of things that you would need. I always like to actually set up a 3-sided studio. So in other words, I've got a paper backdrop there. However, it could be a white wall. It could be another pop-up background. And I opted for kind of an old master kind of black and whitey kind of look and feel one. And then I opted for a shocking pink. It's a good job we thought about the shocking pink, because that jacket is wicked, and the lippy she's got on. Anyway, I can't wait for it to get back out. Does that answer the question? One more question? Hang on, this is brought to you by Diet Coke. No, it's not. Go on.
Last light backgrounds. Oh, well, I just give you that. Where'd you get the backgrounds?
Where'd you get the backgrounds from? These are Last Light by Manfrotto backgrounds. Many, many moons ago, at the same time as we launched the Photographer Academy, then called Photo Training for You. In fact, I wanted a free version of the Academy, and I approached Light, who have been friends with me for a very, very long time. And basically, we created for them, in exchange for some money to allow me to launch the Academy, we launched the Last Light School of Photography. It's a real shame when they were sold out to Manfrotto, it basically stopped. It's a real shame. They've got some good tutorials going on, but it was great to actually bring live stuff to the site for free. Obviously it featured their product, but I was able to teach for free, and anybody on the planet could actually afford it, like YouTube is now, you know. But I know every now and again I pause and I'm selling you toothpaste or whatever it is nowadays. But yeah, Last Light is a lot of the pop-up backgrounds that I use, but they're not exclusive. So I've always used what I want to use and not what I'm told to use at any stage with it and things, really. And the pink jacket. And the pink jacket, yeah. So I didn't explain that fully at all, did I? No, I'm useless, honest to God. Right, any other questions there, Brand? Because I'm going to shoot her.
That's it.
Good, let's jump back in again. So, yeah. Let's do it. Okay, come right up to me again. As low as you can with, back to front with the thing. I need the cloaky thing. Oh, you know, explain it fully, Mark, and we'll do it, yeah? Okay, yeah, great, let's do it. Okay, let's do the Yeti look again. That's good. Oh, I'm absolutely loving your lips. Hang on a minute. See if the flashes are going to come live. I've lost all my... Ooh, that's gone dark. Let me just bring everything back again. Oh, come on. I've lost my sync. It went to sleep. Come on, you can do it. I'm waiting for them to, it's in my master mode. Let me just switch it on again. Sorry, just relax a minute, love. I'm losing my link, I don't know why. Oh, it never does this. Switch that off for a minute. If in doubt, reset. That's the kind of the trick of kind of computers. You kick it and it does its job. Anyway, I don't know why that is not in mode. In master, TTL, we are in group mode, and I just want it to be linked. Press and link. Ah, no. We've lost it. I don't know what's done. Let's try again. There we go. Let's see if it's going to work. There we go. We're back. You talk too much, things go to sleep. It's usually my staff. All right. Oh, that's a bit weird. Okay, let's do it. Step that way a touch. Whoa, 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 whoa. Keep it. Hang on a minute. Let me focus on you. Eyes, because they're amazing. Let's make sure it's going to be sharp in a minute. There we go. Let's do it. Keep it. One more. Let me just change that group in. I need to move it into a manual mode just for 1 minute. Looking back to group again. Sorry. I know. It was my fault. I pressed the wrong button. Right, let's do that. Quick test. Just check it's in my right world. Yeah, now I need to increase the power. Group again. Check it. 1 sec. That's it, let's do it. Okay. Come over this way a touch. Whoa, that's it, it's lovely. Let's just change my aperture up to 2.8 again. Push the elbows back to the touch, that's lovely there. Lower the chin again, darling. Push the arms back more. Again. Oh, do you know what? I could photograph you for the rest of my life. Lower the chin. Don't get cocky with models. They want more money. Okay, yeah, but you know, we're going to continue this. Any other questions before we finish?
We finish it? No, you're going to continue, right? Okay, yeah, the one question was...
Go, question.
Somebody has issues connecting their speedlights.
Yeah.
Tell them the best way...
If you have issues connecting your Speedlite, watch the Academy, especially if you've got the Canon 600s. The quickest way is to reset just like a computer, honestly, like I just did. And when you're live, whether it's on a stage or like we just did, calm down, go back to basics with it and make it all happen. You've usually pressed something wrong or it's gone to sleep and things really. Anything else? Great. I love it, honestly. Let's go back to the screen. Go, 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 go. They finish with us. If they want to leave us now, they can, but I'm going to just take some shots. So I want to kind of get this overhead. Again, once more, one of the benefits of the likes of Speedlites is their lightness and proximity that you can get it without a huge amount of kind of space. The batteries, the turbos that we were on about at the beginning, they're basically held on with the likes of a kind of a special battery kind of adapter that kind of hooks on stuff and things really. Let's just go in again. I'd like the Yeti again if you could. I'm now going to call you the Yeti every time we chat now, isn't it? Okay, lower the chin, darling. Keep it. Whoa, it's good. Keep it. I've got to look that way. Gorgeous. Turn the nose this way a little bit. It's gorgeous. Open the lip a touch. More. That's lovely. Again. Cover the forehead just a touch. Oh, I like that. Yeah, yeah. Again. Show me. Yeah, go.
How high is the separation light at the minute?
Oh, okay. So at present we put it up, didn't we? We usually actually run the separation light 1 stop to 2 stops lower, yeah? But I basically made it equal to, so we get this lovely kind of glamour kind of light. But remember, it's from above now. We're working. How close? You're 2 inches away from the background. And basically, you know, the flash is around about probably less than a metre from its head to her head. And I'm basically around about, I don't know, two meters away from Natalia as such, really. So kind of we've got that little thing, but yeah, it's pretty much equal to the shot. Now, come on, we got to go. Ask the questions if you want, Brandon. I don't mind. Okay, let's do it. Keep it. Lower the chin more. Excellent. I'm going to come back just to get some pink. Loving your shapes. That's what you get when you get a dancer. Turn the nose this way a little bit, Natalia. That's lovely. Try and get this elbow out more, so this one's squarer. Bring it down. That's it there. Lower the chin again. Keep it. Cover the eyes up a touch more. Let's love it. Oh, let's go with the lips. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Can you lose your hands inside the coat? There you go. Let's do it again. Gorgeous. Oh, we're done. Honestly, I could shoot forever. It's just the more shots I shoot, the more I've got to edit, yeah, and the more I've got to throw away and choose between one another, make a decision. Anyway, we're done. Natalia, you are it. We have an amazing day today. What have we done today, Brandon? We've done loads, haven't we? So coming on the Academy, what have we? Oh, we did a great. Can't even show you the images on screen because we cleared them now. But we did a real kind of backlit kind of image. I loved it. We're going to do it again. We did the basics of kind of the headshot photography as well. We looked at creative backgrounds from nothing and actually just looking around the studio and how we can create a little bit of a difference. Oh, do you know what? Saying that. You see, it's better if you take me off air because then we are finished. Natalia, if you jump out of the way a minute, I'm just going to clip this on. Now we're speaking about, I don't know what he's done with all the clamps. How can one man hide so much in such a small space? Where do you hide stuff? Well, don't put them on your pants. I don't know, he thinks he's on Netflix again. Okay, right, let's do that. This is an emergency blanket, yeah? It's the wrong way around as well. We tape two of them together, bit of gaffer tape, but aluminium foil, anything you've got a hand really. I mean, we use this quite a lot in our kind of makeover photography. Princess of the Pink, get in there, girl. Let's have a little look. Again, be a Yeti. That's it. And come back. You look like a turkey about to go into the oven when I come back and show all the foil. Let's keep it. Turn the body that way and turn the head back to me. That's lovely. It's there. Let's do it. I'm not absolutely convinced if we needed the foil, but it's okay. It's different, and we're giving space out of nothing. So lower the chin more, hide the forehead more for me. I love that. Hide the eyes closed. Oh, I love that. Keep it. Stay there. I'm coming for the lips. Hang on. I'm almost there. Again. Lower the chin. Oh, honestly, we've got to stop. Otherwise, you'll be telling me off. Yeah. Thank you, boys and girls. Really big heads up to Natalia, been absolutely brilliant. Join us on Academy. There's over 3,000 films to watch. They're quite educational as a rule of thumb. You are allowed to see behind the scenes. We're having a little bit of kind of creative time as well, which is essential. But if all I want to do is make you a better photographer tomorrow than you are today, you know, I don't care. I'd much prefer you to show bad images on here live and go, I can do better than that. That's all I'm ever trying to do. And sorry about wearing the coat back to front and calling you a Yeti. That's all I've got to say, you know, but have fun with photography. That's what we should be as photographers.
Okay, we got more questions.
We got more questions. I thought we finished.
We got two more, okay?
We're not shooting anymore, so you're done. Thanks, darling.
No more shooting
Yeah. Brilliant, Natalia. You're a doll.
Two more.
I knew her when she was a girl. Now she's a woman. It's frightening. You know, she's like 205 now, isn't she, or something? Anyway, yeah, something like that. Anyway, go back to you.
Are the speedlights you use an LED speedlight? If so, if not, do they exist?
I've not heard of an LED, because an LED would be a continuous light bulb. A speedlight is Exxon gas that explodes. So flash and LED are on different kind of things, yeah? An LED would be a continuous light. So the answer is no.
Last one.
And brought to you by Diet Coke.
Last one is about the last light backgrounds again. Someone has issues closing them.
Sure. You shouldn't have a problem doing this, all right? Why? Because he did it on day 1 and 3rd take, didn't you? And I videoed him without him even knowing. But literally, the easiest way to remember is Pringle, yeah? So basically, get it to a kind of a Pringle shape. You understand what Pringle is, yes? It's a crisp, and that's why I eat too many, and hence my stomach. Try and put it in between your belly, and if you haven't got a belly, that's your problem, not mine, all right? But stick it in there. Then basically get that Pringle, then do Macarena, Macarena, yeah? Oh, Macarena, done. That's it.
There we go, cool.
See you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.